Hello, welcome to today's analysis of the NQ and the ES. It is the 3rd of October 2024. So let's look at what happened yesterday. I had a good day yesterday, all things considered. We were talking about, so we were in this range. We had Asia's high. We marked out this 1 minute block above it. We marked out some structure. I was aware of the possibility of short squeezes, but the trend is down. The overarching precedent is down. So I was looking for shorts. I had this little short during Asia, and then UK opened, and I saw that they were pulling it down. They didn't want to push up after this. Took a little short, which was not too bad, a little scalp. And I was expecting them to maybe pull a bit of a squeeze around here to claim the Asia's high, right? Now, I mentioned that I was aware that this change of character was low liquidity in my eyes, and that we would need to maybe take this low. But I saw them that they could bounce from here. There was an SMT here, but they didn't. So I got stopped out of this one. Then they did pull the bounce. And then I took this. Look at this for a reaction. Look at that. Crazy. Crazy reaction off this block. So I took a short off this block to take these lows, and then I was done. I was done for the day. This was a late short for me. I was pretty happy with that. US opened. We took liquidity. We took liquidity here, and then they pushed up. They took this high into the mitigated OB, but it seemed to be enough liquidity for them to pull it back in. So then we have Asia today. And now we're going to do some analysis because I just got home. I've done some very basic analysis. I'm actually currently in a long. We'll see how this works out. In a long from here. Why am I in a long? Well, we came down to the point of control of this whole range. This was an SMT. If we look at ES really took that low. Crazy low. ES did not take this high. So that's another SMT. NQ did take the high. This was a large grab though on the SMT500. Then we came down to the point of control of here. So this is currently right. Came into that. There was a lovely block here. Just a very nice block. A 1 minute block that had liquidity taken. It was very nice. It was a vector recovery block. This one right here. Swing failing this, we could have a bit of a bullish pull take over. Seeming as we did technically change character internally. Now, I put the stress on internally because we did not get many closes at all up here. We got a couple on lower time frames, but it's a bit iffy. It's a bit iffy this here, right? But this is a bullish pull. This was an internal change of character. And you could even just put this to here. Right. More specifically, this is the change of character, right? So we don't need this anymore. We don't need that. Let's mark out what we know so far. So US came up, took liquidity, but we didn't on the ES. This is a very large grab, right? On the ES in comparison to the NQ. We're still in the RTH gap. It's feeling like perhaps they could leave it until Friday to fill it, right? Maybe. So does that mean you're bullish? Well, we've made this little consolidation here. And on ES, I'm seeing these highs here. I'm seeing some imbalance left. We have this massive this huge vector. This whole thing is a block. We got crazy absorption here. Well, you know, I wouldn't say crazy, but we got a lot of absorption, right? So yeah, I mean, longs are on the table, really, at least internally. I'm just taking a very small little short here to target some internal liquidity we've made because we're coming into a bigger pull. This could fail. I know we're above a lot of imbalances, a lot of vectors. This could fail, but you know, I got my model into it, and sometimes you just got to take the trade, you know. It's Tokyo close as well. Sometimes you can get a lot of people maybe closing their short positions if they're short, and that can lead to price moving up, or the opposite way, right? In this case, it could lead to it moving up. Looks like it's going all right. So what am I looking at for UK? Well, I haven't done much analysis back here. I noticed that we had a wash here. I like this wash. So let's mark that. Let's clean up this. I'm going to get rid of my positions. This has been used, so I'm going to get rid of that. Oh, hey, they might go for it. Let's see. Like they're going to come in here. In here. We have the VWAP around here as well. Yeah, it's working out. While we're doing analysis, we can see what that does. So we have a wash here. This is Sydney. So let's mark out Sydney. Oh yeah, okay, so liquidity, internal liquidity. What are all these? No, don't need this anymore. Don't need that anymore because of the ES. Internal. Okay. And then we have Tokyo here, putting some kind of high. And then Hong Kong made this low, which already got taken. And now we're coming into UK. So what do I see immediately? Well, let's see if any of... okay, let's mark out all of the washes first. Right, so this was US. This is not bad. Not a bad little wash in US. I like that. Then we have the initial change of character down here. Character, I'd say it's low liquidity. Yeah, and then came down. Sure, that's fine. Came up. Sydney, yeah. This kind of wash by Sydney I'm not mega sold on, seeming as we actually failed to take a lot of sizable liquidity on the way down. To me, Tokyo and Sydney's highs seem pretty grouped together, and we don't have a Hong Kong high anymore, unless this one doesn't get taken, right? I'm not going to say anything early. What are we coming into here? Block. Okay. Might want to come into this pull. Is my TP a bit high? There's a gap there. I'm gonna leave it. Small position. Okay. So, what do we have? This was our larger change of character. Okay, this is a larger change of character. I would still, it's kind of higher time frame, right? I'm gonna call this the internal change of character. I'm gonna get rid of this. All right, so we've just changed. I would say I would count this. Now you could count back here, but it's already been interacted with, and we got to push down. So I'm gonna call this my internal structure, right? So it's noted we do have an internal change of character, but it's low liquidity. This bullish push is more notable, in my opinion. So what could we do? Well, it seems like they're trying to pull up. UK opens in an hour. If UK takes liquidity into here and struggles, it could be that we're going to make a recovery deeper into this area down here. It's definitely possible. We have a lot of green vector down here. This block is massive, like it's huge. If we did come deeper into this block, well, where are we looking for? Well, if we get a reaction off this point of control, we have the value area low is down here. It's worth marking. Pass range value area low. It's worth marking. There is a lot of liquidity here. They could actually pull it from here. Right, so I'm aware that we have a lot of liquidity down below us still, right? This is coming into UK Open. It's a bit early as well, so I'm going to see what they do. Instead of leaving that trade open, I'll probably get a trade in UK. I'll be a bit happier with that. It could still hit my target, but yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to close it for now. I'm going to focus on TA. Okay, so here in this consolidation, which we had Sydney, which took some liquidity, being aware of the curve that we're leaving here. What do we have? Okay, I'm going to mark out this point of control. I'm going to say it's a naked consolidation point of control. It's also a high volume node around here. So what could happen is we could get an SMT on Tokyo's high. I want to see how Tokyo's high looks. Oof, looks a bit ugly. I'm gonna be honest. It looks a bit ugly. Tokyo's high. But I'm going to mark it anyway because it looks better on NQ, on the E-mini. So I am going to mark it anyway. I'll mark the 12 because it looks nice. And that led to a change of character. Okay, so it's Tokyo's high. Let's make it red because it's a vector. And it's also at the pass range, point of control, and value area high. All right, value area high is there as well. So that's an option. That's an option. Let's add this to phase. I'm gonna see. Don't know what that is. All right. Now, so we're getting a reaction near this point of control. Down here is the value area low. What blocks do we have down here? The only one I like the look of immediately is this vector block. This led to the change of character. It also had a lot of liquidity taken. So that's an area. It's definitely an area. What happened yesterday? To me, this this move here on the NQ feels just like a liquidity grab. I'm very aware of this change of character, right? And I'm very aware of the liquidity taken on the ES, this big chunk. But this whole vector recovery area, you know, it's kind of it's a bit mixed, if I'm going to be honest. We have a hidden div on the 30-minute. Technically a hidden div on this little wave here. They could keep pushing it down, right? We still have that gap. They could keep pushing it down. This is mitigation again to kind of, yeah, it's kind of, The initial mitigation was like only a couple of pips. If you want to count this as the main mitigation of the block, of the fair value gap, you could. Though normally when it taps and mitigates twice, it's weak. So we could really come up into this whole gap and fill it maybe 50%, right? The only one that hasn't been mitigated in my eyes is this this fair value gap here. Hope I'm marking that correctly. That looks like I might actually keep going. All right. It's not my time to trade, so I'll get out of trades early around this time. I don't mind. We are at a high volume mode. Look at this vector recovery though that we could do. So if UK does want to keep pushing it down, they could do something like this. Maybe they could come up, put it down, grab some more liquidity. If they don't even make it to the Tokyo high, it's possible. We could consolidate around here, right? Bring it up for Tokyo high. I'm a bit mixed on structure just because of this large grab, and the way ES looks. Very far away from there. But Sydney took nicer liquidity on the ES. Like, I like this for a wash on the ES, right? Yeah. Money flow looks pretty bad on the ES. Now, this imbalance down here is huge, but it's a very big block. So they could use this block as support to build more internal liquidity, right? So there is a chance that for UK we come up to Tokyo high, even into that pocket, right? And then bring it down into here for US. They might want to build liquidity in here for US to swipe, right? Or to even keep going and close the gap maybe. Would I call this a midweek reversal that was successful? I don't know. It's not as obvious as others. We do have internal change of character. So it's true. This could be bullish, right? It could be. I'm just getting a lot of signs that are making me doubt that it is. If I'm going to be honest. And you know what? It kind of feels like the market doesn't know either. Sitting around the 50% right before UK open. So there is liquidity down here. I'm getting soft absorption here. There's no SMTs to note of yet. Yeah, so internally, I mean, let's try and make a case, right? My only case that I have that is convincing is actually just that block down there, that 3-minute block. I don't really like anything else in here. We're already at the point of control. Now, there's that 3-minute block is part of a 10-minute block. Wait, what? Oh, sorry, 12-minute. This one, right? Now, I hate dealing with blocks this big. Because there's not much, it's not very actionable in my eyes. Purely off, well, okay, it's actionable, but like risk management wise, the way I deal with risk management, it's not optimal for me. So will I be taking longs as it comes in here? Maybe not, honestly, maybe not. I want to see how it reacts around this order block, right? But even then, if it comes down here, like, will they really push it up from here after putting kind of even more inducement on the lows? I don't know. I'd be cautious. You could get an internal push up if they're inducing these lows and they pull down on NQ. Maybe we could see ES. I mean, it's more possible with ES to come down to then push up. But I feel like we're still bearish. I don't know. Well, we are bearish. like on higher time frame, right? I just feel like in here, I don't know, I'm not digging it. I'm not digging it, guys. I'm not very, not super happy about PA that we're getting in here. So when I feel like this, I'm going to let the UK session just show me. This is a wash. We don't have to come back into here. You know, they have been struggling to take Asia's extreme points over the past few days. Actually, since the big drop, right? That was a China high back there that they didn't take. And yesterday, they didn't take that Asian high. Until very late, until an hour or so before US Open, right? Which is pretty late. They kept pushing themselves into this block. So it's possible that with Tokyo's high being shadowed, by Sydney, that they just come up, are satisfied with internal liquidity, and keep the downtrend going. Because pull-wise, this is the last one I see. And I'm going to draw out the triangle just so you can see what I'm talking about. This one, right here. This guy. And by extension, this low as well. So, like, this... Wait, is that... Not very visible, is it? Easier to see like this. Yeah, that's what I want. I want that to be my thing. Save that. This pull right here is the only one I see that's convincing for me to be hopping straight onto longs, like the one I just took, and I just exited it. Now, I mean, maybe I should have left it, but I mean, there's a chance I could have. There is a lot of liquidity here, and we have kind of this in this curve, right? Here. So UK could pull it up, but yeah. Let's look at structure. I want to see what would be counted as like external structure. All right, block there. Do we change the character, right? Yeah, see the internal break. It's 1 minute. Where is this? Ooh. I don't mind that. Don't mind that. Fairly high volume. Yeah, it is a high volume node. Oh, yeah, I'll take that. Okay. So this is past range value area high and high volume node, and it led to an internal change of character. I'd take a short from there. See how it looks on this. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Yeah, I like that. Is it part of a bigger block? Yeah. No, only the 1 minute. I would take it off this 1 minute, I think. We also have another one up there, but if it breaches past this, I'll have a look. So I guess that, yeah, either this guy is liquidity into that block. I would take that, and it's I think it's kind of on Hong Kong's high, right? It is, yeah. This is Hong Kong's high. Taking that would be really nice. That would be really nice if we're bearish. Yeah, I'd look for that. There's a chance we push up now, but again, I'm okay with leaving it like that. And I like up near Tokyo. Could we come up into Sydney and take Tokyo's high as well? Maybe. Sometimes the ES likes to take one of the Asian sessions highs and then leave. That's not bad. That's all right. They sometimes like to come into take the Asian sessions highs and then leave maybe the NQ without taking it. I'm gonna mark this 2-minute block as well. And kind of have an SMT on highs being taken, right? So if the ES takes the equivalent of these highs, and the NQ is showing me things that I like to see as well at the same time, I might take a short depending on where the NQ is, maybe off a different block or something. So this is the problem, right? We have kind of two areas of interest, right? This is why I'd be careful of it coming up to here, because we could swing fail these guys. And I just noticed like this kind of pull, right? And you could even say that this pull like extends down to here, right? Like, there is a chance that we come into this pocket, this Sydney pocket. Hold Sydney's high, keep Sydney's high, because it did take liquidity. Here, it was a wash. And we could come into this triangle and swing fail this, right? So, and it's a very old point of control. This is a very old point of control. A bit higher. It's the range point of control. Interesting. So I like this pocket. We could come up, allow Sydney's high to stay there and actually pull back down. They could literally, like, I don't know, do something like this. Right? If they do pull it up first, I'm going to be focusing on the shorts. I will be focusing on the shorts. We have some areas here now, guys, that we can take some shorts from. This is my long area. There's very much a chance that they just move it up right now, coming into UK. I'm going to see what price does. It's going to base out here, I'd say, unless it drops straight down into some ambiguous area and then comes up and then about an hour later takes external liquidity. If it does that, I might take a short. But right now, what I can see is weighted towards shorts. Just because those are there doesn't mean that that's the only way it can go, obviously. But I'm seeing more opportunity for shorts immediately. Granted, we have this change of character. These might just lead to some retracements. Yeah, so that's it really. That's all I see. That's all I can see. I mean, I hate this. I hate this whole block that we're on down here. Okay, so ES can come deeper into this. I don't even like that one. Like it. I don't know, man. I don't know. We got equal lows here. If we come down into here, look at this imbalance. Like that's going to be a big move down, I think, if we do. So it depends whether they want to build more liquidity on this, and then they're probably just going to pull it back up into here, really. Anyway, I have levels available. Depends what they want to do now. It's going to be opening in half an hour. I'm going to see what liquidity we take, what they like, what they don't like. Yeah, it's a bit of a mixed bag today. They did technically change characters, so keep that in mind. It is very possible that they just wake up and then just push until US, right? It's obvious they can do that. But with the liquidity taken here, the mixed signals of SMTs, you know, we have an SMT here, right? And then we have an SMT here as well. But also, like, NQ has an SMT here where it took this high, right? So it's a bit mixed, honestly. It's a bit mixed. So I'm just going to play internal areas. Yeah. Anyway, that's it, guys. Yeah, I'm just going to see how it reacts to these levels if it does. Get rid of this for you, make it a bit easier to see. These pivot points, you know, if it does break here, like 20K, 2015 or so, if it does break that, I'm going to wait until and see how it interacts with Tokyo and Sydney's area. There was a pull there. There was a change of character. We can come all the way up there, not break this in order to keep going down. Like, they're able to do that, right? Structure allows them to come all the way up, even into here, and then make the M to bring it back down for US. They're able to do that. They're allowed to do that, and it stay like nothing's happening, right? They could just range it here. So be aware of that. But I have my levels. And yeah, happy trading. And we'll see you tomorrow.